Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Sheetal here. In my last video, we talked about how to create a mood board for Amul brand. And in today's video, I will be focusing more on the entire process of redesigning the Amul packaging for 3 ice cream flavors to be exact. And it will be more of the hands-on process. So yeah, I'm excited to walk you through the entire process of redesigning the Amul packaging. Amul's been around for forever. While it's a household name, even the iconic brands can use little refresh sometimes. So, we will talk about the current packaging, what all things are not working in that, and we can come up with new great ideas. Before getting into the video, first I would like to say that if you watched my last video and subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for that, and I'm happy that you're here for the part 2. So, without wasting your time, let's get into it. So, why Amul, you ask? Well, Amul's been around for more than decades and it has built that strong, trusted connection with people. Plus, it's a part of Indian culture, so everybody knows Amul. So, I wanted to work with a brand that's familiar and that has more potential for fresh, fun design ideas. After looking closely, I noticed a few things about their packaging that I think could use a little refresh. So let's take that legacy and give it a new look. Number 1. The packaging feels a bit outdated. So when you look at it, it just feels like it's been around for a while. Now it got that nostalgic charm, but it also kind of stuck in the past. So if you compare it some of the newer modern ice cream brands out there, then you can see that Amul ice cream starts to look like a little, well, you can say old school. So it's like wearing that vintage t-shirt, which is cool, but maybe not for the product which you want or that you want to be feel fresh and exciting. Number 2. The packaging is basic but a bit cluttered. So the Amul logo is iconic. I mean, you can't mistake it. But here's the thing. It's sometimes a little overshadowed by everything else which is going on in the design. And there's a lot happening. It makes the packaging feel a bit cramped. It's like they are trying to fit in too much info or too many design elements on the top, which just makes the whole thing feel a little busy and not as clean as it could be. Number 3. It's bright and playful but can get chaotic. I love the vibrancy of Amul ice cream packaging. It definitely grabs attention, but sometimes it can feel like too many bright colors and patterns are fighting for your attention. So it can be fun, sure, but it also feels little all over the place. It doesn't always feel like there's clear cohesive theme that ties everything together. Number 4. They use literal images of ice creams and ingredients which can look outdated. Okay, so this is the big one. Amul's packaging often uses literal images like pictures of ice cream scoops, nuts, fruits, or even chocolate chunks. And while I totally get that they want to show you exactly what you're getting, but sometimes these images can come off as a bit too literal or honestly, you can say a little tired. So it kind of feels like we are stuck in the 90s where this stock photos were the go-to design elements, and you can say that it's not bad, but it doesn't feel very fresh. Number 5. The packaging doesn't stand out enough in a crowded market. So for example, if you're standing in front of a freezer at the supermarket, Amul's ice cream packaging doesn't really pop as much as other brands do. So it's simple, yes, but that simplicity kind of makes it blend into the background. And when there are so many brands fighting for your attention with bold, eye-catching designs, Amul could definitely use a little something extra to make it stand out. So that's why I chose Amul Ice Cream for my rebranding project. I believe that redesigning Amul brand can not only give it a modern look, but it also creates that deeper emotional connections with its audience. Now that we have identified the issues, it's time for us to come up with some solutions. I'll walk you through how we can fix these key areas with fresh designs that work better for the brand. So let's start by talking about the Amul logo and tweaks that I made to it. If you remember in the previous video, I mentioned how Sophia Sans is the perfect font for the job, right? I made a small yet significant change to the letter A in the logo. You'll notice that the line in the letter A has a bit of a wave to it. And it's not just any wave though, I styled it to look kind of like a milk wave. You know how in Amul advertisements, when the milk is poured, it has this smooth flowing curve? So I wanted to bring a touch of that into the logo to subtly connect the packaging of the milk that Amul is all about. And this tiny tweak makes the logo feel a little more dynamic and also gives a nod to Amul's root. It's not just a random design choice, it ties into the idea of freshness, smoothness, and that iconic milk element that's the central part of the brand. Plus, that little wave adds a bit of playfulness, giving the logo some life without disrupting the clean modern feel. For the redesigning of the packaging, I started with the three flavors, that is chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And I started with the background colors I picked from the Moodboard, which helps make it super easy to identify each flavor at a glance. Now, if you look at the current packaging, you'll see these intricate patterns inside the blue with a golden border, right? It gives off this traditional Indian vibe, kind of like a royal window or artwork from a palace. So I wanted to keep that essence but give it a bit of a modern twist. I took a similar pattern and placed it above the background, but I changed the color to match each flavor vibe. The idea is that when printed, these patterns should look shiny and add that royal touch. Next, I moved the Amul logo below the design to help it stand out more. In the original design, the logo and the flavor name are both inside the pattern, which can feel a bit chaotic. Now to fix that, I enlarged the logo and placed it separately at the bottom so it's easier to spot when the packaging is sitting in the freezer next to the other brands. The bold flavor name also helps make it easy to identify at a quick glance. I also swapped out the original stock photos for custom illustrations. I've already picked out illustrations that match each flavor so they are more fun and unique. Finally, I added in all the other details like ingredients and nutrition info. Once the design for all three flavors was ready, it was time to see how it would look on the actual packaging. And to do that, we are going to use some mockups to see how everything turns out in real life. For the mockups, I'm using Pictura, but if you want to see how I create mockups without using Pictura, then watch one of my previous videos. I'll leave the link in the description below. In that video, I have shared some of the free websites from where you can download the mockups for yourself. So here's the final look for the Amul Ice Cream packaging, and I absolutely love how it turned out. It gives off this perfect mix of royalty, a friendly Indian origin feel, and a premium touch while still keeping that down-to-earth vibe that Amul is all about. But let me know, what do you think? Does it still feel like Amul to you? Or do you think we need to do more tweaks to the design? If you like my design, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more design content. I'm always experimenting with more design concepts, so stay tuned. And of course, in the comment section, let me know which brand you want me to redesign next. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Until then, keep creating and stay inspired. Bye.